Today's episode is going to be about the Masters. That's right, the Masters. We're going to give you our Masters picks. But before we do that, and before we even talk further, I'm going to share with you one of the most important lessons you're ever going to have, and that's how to properly hit a fairway wood, both high and low and piercing. Because when you think of the Masters, what do you think of? The greatest shot in golf history was at the Masters. 1935, the second Masters, Gene Sarazen hit a fairway wood. That's right, on number 15. In fact, this shot was witnessed by Bobby Jones, who was standing there by the green. Bobby Jones himself saw this shot, the most famous shot in golf. What was it? Well, it was that fairway wood that just soared up, hit in front of the green, bounced up a couple times, and went in. Not a birdie, not an eagle, but a double eagle, a 2 on a par 5. Sarazen was trailing by 3 shots. He goes on to tie it right there, right then and there. This is the 4th round, the last day, and he ties, goes into the playoff against Craig Wood, and wins the playoff, 36 holes on Monday. So the most famous shot ever hit in golf, and we're going to show you how to hit that. Then we're going to talk more about the Masters. This is so exciting. Let's get right to it. That shot, that fairway wood that Gene Sarazen hit back in that second Masters was the greatest shot of his lifetime. Important shot. Maybe for you, a fairway wood is one of the most important clubs. You're going to hit a lot of fairway woods if you shoot in the mid 80s, let's say low 90s. You're going to be hitting a lot of fairway woods. The pros don't, do they? Rory McIlroy, remember? Rory, when he won early at Pebble Beach, one of the par 5s, he hit a drive over the tree and a 7-iron for his second shot. You're not going to be doing that. Speaking of Rory McIlroy, where do you think he's going to finish in this year's Masters? Well, at the end of this episode, toward the end of the episode, we're going to give you our Masters betting picks, our top 4. And I assure you that if you stick with those, you're going to be doing all right. Back to Sarazen's fairway wood and how very important it is. Sarazen was a long hitter and had great club head speed, so fairway woods were easy for him because of that speed he has. For most of us, especially as we get to be seniors, the fairway wood, we tried too hard and we've got this kind of move and everything. You need to think smooth and good contact for your fairway woods. I say smooth because you want to hit it hard. It's like a driver. You set up for a driver and you want to really just whack it, but it's teed up, so even your misses are going to be fairly good. Not so with a fairway wood, so you concentrate on a smoother tempo. Just relax. All you want to do is hit it solid, make good contact, hit it out there. It's going to help you. It's not a scoring club. You're not going to hole it out like Gene Sarazen did, but if you can advance it a good distance, 170, 180, 200, 220 yards, whatever your distance is, make sure you hit it solid and forward. So we're going to give you a couple of tips for that. Number 1 is remember the spine, the sternum. With a driver, your spine is like this. You're set up behind it and you drive into it right here. If you try to do that with your fairway wood, try to hit it like you do your driver, what's going to happen? You're going to either hit behind it or you're going to top it. The spine. For the fairway wood, look at how I'm set up. Straight spine, and all I'm doing is concentrating on the back of the ball. I want to make a good swing and good contact. Well, that didn't go in, but it was almost as pretty as Sarazen's. Remember that. Also, in versatility, this is a great club for you. If you can hit it high and you can hit it piercing, you're going to be a much better golfer. And if you get a slight fade and a slight draw, well, you're going to be absolutely amazing. So before we get to our picks for who's going to win the Masters, let's talk about some of these more sophisticated parts of the fairway wood. It's really a technique to be able to hit the ball a little bit left to right, a little bit right to left. Think of this golf ball as the face of a clock. Here's 12 o'clock right here. Here's 6 o'clock. What you're going to do if you want to hit a fade, you go, why do I want to hit a fade, Bob? Why do I want to hit a fade, Iron Man? That's what I do all the time. Well, if you don't do it all the time, you want to hit a fade around the dog leg or something like that, you hit the clock at 5 o'clock. In other words, you look at the ball, you see it as a face of a clock, and then you hit it at 5. Trust me, it's going to keep the face open. You're going to hit it a little bit from the inside. It's going to hit that beautiful little fade. Then, if you want to hit that draw, you hit it at 1:30 or 2 o'clock. That enables you to come from the inside and then catch on the top part of the ball, roll your hands over. It makes it much, much easier to do that. So if you want to be able to dazzle your friends, hit a draw whenever you want to, fade whenever you want to, then think of the clock. Let's hit the fade. Remember, the ball is the face of a clock. We're going to hit it right there at the bottom right, which is 5 o'clock. Oh, that is so lovely. Just that gentle fade. For that gentle draw that you love, that all of us like, let's hit the top right between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. Stay with it from the inside. Oh, and there, I just hit the ball picking machine with that little draw. The guy who works it is a friend of mine. I hope he's all right now. They've got a screen there, so he's perfectly all right. So don't worry about him. Worry about your game, which is what we're trying to do to help you. Next, let's go to hitting it high and hitting that piercing shot, which is so great. What we do there is very, very simple. For a high shot, we simply play it more off our left foot. In fact, sometimes if I want to hit it really high, it almost looks like it's outside my left foot. Very nice. High and soft, and then we want to hit it low. Well, you know what to do if you want to hit it low, but you've got to stay steady over it. Do not try to hit this low shot hard. Just play it back and hit it solid. Really work at it. Wow. That'll go and cut through any sort of wind, won't it? Now that we've completely learned how to use this club for our advantage and to begin to pick up your game, just a bit by bit by bit, you work on this, your fairway wood, replay this video over and over, you'll pick it up quickly, and then you're going to be absolutely amazing. Let's get to our picks for the Masters. The Masters. It's a different tournament than the other majors. Number one, it's played the same golf course every year, same place. Number two, that place is awfully intimidating. So because it's so intimidating, I mean, it is the Masters, you can almost eliminate the first-time players, the amateurs that are invited. It's also the smallest field, so in some ways it's the easiest to win because you only have to be 30 or 40 players. The rest of them aren't that competitive. It favors a long hitter. It favors someone who has won it before. There are so many multiple Masters champions, including Jack Nicklaus winning it 6 times, Tiger Woods 5 times, Arnold Palmer 4 times, a host of players who won it 3 times like Gary Player. For the younger and inexperienced player, it's an intimidating moment when you drive up Magnolia Lane, you see that most gorgeous golf course you have ever seen. If you've seen it on television and you think it's the most beautiful place, that's only part of it. I've spent a lot of time thinking about who to bet on, who the betting favorites are. Isn't that interesting? Years ago, you wouldn't even think about betting on the Masters. Today, it's so common. Your dollars are important, so if you listen to me, I take this very seriously. I have an emotional, sentimental favorite. That's Ricky Fowler. Everybody loves Ricky, and wouldn't it be wonderful if Ricky would win? But I wouldn't put big bucks on it. The dark horse is one of my personal favorites, Thomas Dietrich. I guess because he's a member of our Guinness World Record holder club. He set a world record for playing the fastest single hole ever played. He did a minute 29 seconds. He won at Phoenix this year. He's got a great golf swing, and he's got a chance. But let's go to our top four. Fourth place, Xander Schauffele. I know he's been injured, but he has it all. Plus, he's very, very underrated and underappreciated. He's got an internal fire that maybe you don't see, but it's there. Third place, this is going to surprise you, shock you. Scottie Scheffler. I don't think his game is quite there. And maybe he should be first place. Rory McIlroy. They say that the perfect player for Augusta National is someone who hits a high draw, who hits the ball long. Well, there's nobody who hits a high draw longer than Rory McIlroy. His driver is made for Augusta National. Whether he putts or not, well, that'll be the story. I pick him for runner-up. I'd like to pick him to win, but I'm going with a friend of mine, Bryson DeChambeau. Everybody forgets about him because he's on the Live Tour, but he's got it all. He's got power, plus we know in the U.S. Open, he beats Rory McIlroy because he makes the putts he has to make coming in and Rory misses. So that's it. Between Scottie Scheffler, Bryson DeChambeau, and Rory McIlroy, and you won't go wrong. And I hope you have an absolutely amazing time watching the Masters.